Hey,
pull up, driving that shit.
If you subpoena me, I will tell you what I know.
Drake.
Hey, now if y'all paid attention to the new 107-page amendment, it looks like Drake mentioned the Joe Budden podcast in the official court documents, okay? Now, he did mention a bunch of YouTubers and a bunch of other people who talked about the beef, but we got to see what the Podfather had to say about this. You better like the video. You better subscribe. Let's get it.
Do y'all care about the Drake UMG stuff?
I read it.
What's the newest update?
A lot of amendment to the complaint, and I went through. It was like 180 something pages. I read a lot of it.
Wow.
I did see they quoted Joe.
Us.
Really?
No,
Probably JBP.
No.
They quoted Joe Budden.
They quoted Joe Budden.
Do you happen to know what that quote was?
JAB.
From the JBP, though.
JAB.
With all of us. That was the episode all us was in, y'all.
Oh, so now we're all your Codees in this one too?
No, we ain't.
Oh,
But
Cody's in this
It was
one too.
mostly in regards to the Super Bowl performance, right? The amendments.
No, not all of it. They a lot of it, they took out some of the botting stuff, like the claim of botting,
because everyone's doing that.
Yeah. The part that really stands out to me, and I'm just curious. So they used Joe's quote of
admitting
it, like, yeah, I know Kendrick used bots.
Yeah.
Right.
Uh-huh.
This is where it gets tricky. Because if you're using this and you're saying that was a factual statement that he made on the show.
Yeah.
So are you saying everything on the show is a factual statement?
It's not.
No, but because you yourself on Tailor Made, as Pac says, talk about them liking young girls. I heard it on the Joe Budden podcast. It's got to be true. And that's your whole claim is, hey, what was said, I mean, these claims about me are not true. Mm-hmm. So if you get what I'm saying?
You can't have it both ways is what you're saying.
Yeah, like I just read that and I'm like, well, dog, is what's said true or not?
Drake, I hate to refer to the tag you, but I was just talking. Hey, I was just talking shit, big dog. I'm just getting some engagement going. Hey, not nobody on Universal done text me, called me, paid me. They didn't give me the scoop. I was just up here running my mouth.
Man, they got
it ain't no deeper than that, Drake.
All the reaction videos, tweets, like they have all of this shit.
I'm with you. I think that bots was in play, but for me to say that factually,
can't.
Sorry, buddy. But subpoena me. Shit.
I think bots have been in play.
I love nothing more than to come up to court. show my face, see what's going on.
Had that shit on.
What?
And
what?
In that case, though?
And have the scoop first. Yeah. It'll be me and Meg Cutliff, whatever her name is. Me and my girl. Let me take the stand.
Stupid.
See what up.
Joe did act the ass on that stand.
Oh, man. And then UMG replied and said, hey, Discovery works both ways, so be careful. And then Drake's lawyers replied and said, nigga, shut the fuck up.
Suck my dick.
Yeah, we don't give a fuck what you talking about. Juicy.
Tyree.
I was just going to say, I'm so over this shit, bro.
Do I think he's going to win? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think he is, but what do I know? There's rumors going around about settlements and
like if he settles, he wins.
Not necessarily.
Crazy as hell. If they get that nigga some money in a settlement, he wins.
What did he win? But some money.
Money.
Or if yeah, he could.
That's what he doing now. He's suing him for money.
My goal could be to get out of this shit.
I think the money is the secondary thing.
My independence. That could be my goal.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
If I negotiate that using all of this, then yeah, he wins. It ain't necessarily got to be the money. It could be I want to get the fuck away from y'all.
Whatever. I don't know what his
with
objective
my status
is.
of who I am.
I don't know what his end game is.
The number floating that the settlement number that's floating around is 200 to 250
million, right?
Mm-hmm. And I think he turned it down, right?
I don't know. We just speculating. I don't know shit.
I don't know about no settlement.
I don't know nothing. Yo,
tired of
do
this shit.
not listen to me as it pertains to any of this lawsuit
Legal shit.
I just think it's fun to fucking kick the shit about
Yeah,
at work.
For sure.
When you end up in there, I don't know.
If he ends up
Nigga
in there,
Joe.
he could say refer to the tag in the
yo.
front.
Yeah, but let me say it on the stand. Subpoena me.
That nigga Joe, I don't know how you
Put
do
that
with
shit
that.
on.
So he
Oh,
can
yeah,
wear
for
that
sure.
Balenciaga.
Put that.
Hey,
Pull up,
yo,
pull up, driving
if
that
you subpoena
shit.
me, I will
Wearing
tell
that
you
shit.
what I know.
Put that. I mean, you gotta have a
No,
night. Yo, don't.
Oh
go,
yeah, we'll all pull up.
Don't go buy no shirt,
Yeah.
yo.
Yeah, well,
I
yeah.
don't know. Leave that-
Group
that-
outing.
Joe gotta do that shit on his
That
own.
collar gotta stand up like this.
Yeah, like the stiff joint.
What?
You spray some starch on that shit.
Put that shit on.
Now it's funny how Joe don't know nothing when people start throwing lawsuits around. But that's how it's got to be. Hey, I'm just talking. I don't know nothing. Ain't nobody called me. Ain't nobody reached out to me. Nobody gave me the insider Joe Budden information. I wasn't working with Kendrick during the beef. Every time Kendrick put out a diss song, it was right before the podcast. And then I had something to talk about the very next day, the very next pod. Diss track come out on Tuesday, podcast come out on Wednesday. Joe don't know nothing, allegedly, okay? I think Joe handled this very well. I don't know if Joe spoke to his lawyer and the lawyer told him what or not to say on this podcast, but I thought Joe was going to come in here and go off and say, how dare you, Drake, enter my name in your lawsuit shenanigans. This is not hip hop. But he kept it cool. He kept it light. He didn't say too much. He said, subpoena me, bring me to court. He talking like Tasha K. Because let me tell you something. Tasha K, she lost a lot of money with that Cardi B case, but she got a lot of exposure every day. It was Tasha K walking to court. What is she wearing? Could you imagine Joe Budden at the Drake and Kendrick lawsuit with UMG trying to put on his best Amiri suit? You didn't even know Amiri made suits. Joe would have it. You didn't know Balenciaga made suits. Joe would have it. Joe would be in court even the days he not on the stand. He just showing up for the cameras. Joe would be the only dude on Instagram with court pictures posted on the gram. I'm not lying. Because court is a good look for a lot of people. It's a lot of people now begging to get sued by a celebrity because they know it will be exposure. Cardi B said this herself. She said, I made a mistake by suing Tasha K because it made Tasha K a household name. Tasha was big on YouTube. But the lawsuit thing, it backfired. Now you got people wanting to get sued by a celebrity. That's crazy. But look, with this whole Drake situation, I remember, I think it was Ish who said, you know, what does Drake gain? And they said, well, he gains money. I think Ish said he gains money. And also during the conversation, they started to talk about what does Drake gain from this lawsuit and what's considered a win. I agree with Ish. If there's a settlement, Drake does win. I think money is enough for him. I think a check being cut by UMG would be enough for him to throw a couple of shots and some songs, you know, make a couple of lyrics about how he, you know, went against the system and he did this for all the artists and things would change now. It would be enough for his fans to say, you see, Drake was right. Kendrick didn't really win. Something of that sort, right? I think that would be enough. I don't think this necessarily has to end with UMG crumbling and admitting that they use bots for Kendrick and it's the end. And what happens next? You think UMG is going to give a whole bunch of artists checks now and now artists are going to get better deals than the 360 deal? No, that's not going to happen, right? I honestly believe this lawsuit started because Drake lost the beef, but on top of that, he was up for contract negotiations with UMG and they used the beef and his, little bit of a step back from the beef as a reason to not give him the close to or the $1 billion that he was asking for. So he said, you know what? I feel like it's some foul play going on. I'm suing. I think that's the bottom line. But y'all tell me what y'all think about this. Like the video and subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.